Hello everyone, this is Caleb Simpson, and you're watching my walkthrough for The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest for Nintendo 3DS. You can also use this walkthrough for the GameCube version as well. The only thing different to know about that is just that the world is flipped left to right in the 3DS version, so that could be a little bit confusing for following along with the GameCube version, but this walkthrough will work just fine. So here we are in the second dungeon of the game, Dodongo's Cavern, and as soon as you enter you can swap out for the Hylian Shield if you wish. The advantage of that would be that it won't burn up. I'm just going to ignore it, just like Navi, because I don't care about her. So, as I was saying, you can equip the Hylian Shield. The Deku Shield actually does not burn up in lava, so you can roll through this lava and stuff, for example, so that it actually comes in contact with it, and it won't burn it up, it's fine. I think the only things that burn it is, like, fire keys, Dodongo's breath, and, like, torches. If you, like, land on top of a torch, then you'll and fall over and take damage. So that's, like, would be how you could burn that up. So, the first thing you want to do is use the bomb flower to blow up the boulder on the left, and the one on the right doesn't have anything, so there's one over here as well. That one's empty. But then you want to go ahead and use the bomb flower and bring it over here optionally to get a map inside this wall. So it's totally optional, you don't have to do this. After this, you can either jump down here. You can jump from the middle platform as well, but you'll probably take damage in the lava. But step on this switch, this will make the elevator rise up. It's kind of fun, like normally in regular Ocarina of Time you do this later in the dungeon, but now we're doing it early on instead. So the order of events is all weird. There's also stuff you can blow up on the other side, but it doesn't matter, so we're just going to ignore all that. So get on top of the elevator and get ready to go up to the top. There's some boulders here that we can't do anything with, so just ignore them for now and go across this bridge to the other side. Sometimes these cinematics can be a little bit confusing. This floor switch opens up the door directly below us. Now if you can angle yourself over. I think I might be able to avoid taking damage. Let's try this. Nope. In this room there's a couple BMOs. I'd recommend taking them out as soon as possible. Okay, and then there is a cracked wall here, so make sure you blow that up too. In here is a withered Deku Baba, which you can kill. This room, straight ahead, contains a gold Skulltula. However, you requires the Song of Time, I believe, and that's it. I don't think it requires the boomerang. Anyway, use a Deku Stick that you got from the withered Deku Baba nearby, light it on this torch, and then use it to light the bomb flower, which will cause it to fall down, and then you can throw it in between, or just walk over. If you're not worried about taking damage, you can just hop right here and just let it blow up right on top of you, and it's fine. So when you successfully blow up both sides, we actually have a small puzzle to get. We have to complete all of the silver rupees in this room. The first one is on the right side, behind this box. The next one is underneath one of the BMOs, so kill that. And once you get to these steps, you can climb up the normal way, but instead I'm just going to backflip my way up here. Now this platform rises up, and this will take you to an upper area where there is a business scrub. This one sells a Deku Shield in case yours got burned up. One of the things I think is kind of weird is if you do fall down or jump down or whatever, this platform does not go back down unless you can't reach it. It doesn't go back down unless you end up leaving the room and coming back. Grab the next silver rupee inside this crate, here in the top right, and then go ahead and kill the big skull. Had to think about that. I was like, which Skulltula combination is it? There's like several different enemies, but they have slightly different names. Next one's on the vines. And the last one is in this particular crate, which is like in the upper back left. In this room we have several Dodongos. Now the fastest ways to kill them is probably to taunt them into attacking on purpose, and then go sneak around behind and jump attack their tail. The distance needs to be, you need to be a little bit far away, because if you're too close then you'll bonk against their armored back, and then you won't actually do any damage. 2 jump attacks will kill them. I think you can just do a jump attack with a single Deku Stick and it'll kill them too. Let's see. No. Nope, that doesn't work. Huh. Surprised. Anyway, the last method you can use to kill them is also to use bombs. This is kind of obscure, most people don't know this. This is a thing in, the original Legend of Zelda and stuff, and also, I think a whole bunch of them, like Link's Awakening, etc. But this was very obvious in Majora's Mask, but in Ocarina of Time it was a little bit harder to pull off. But if you can throw the bomb right in front of them, they will suck it up. You know, if I was smart, I would have killed the one in front of the ladder first. Oh, that's my shield. Oh no. I don't know why I was thinking there's no way I was going to lose it, but apparently I can. Suck it up. Oh. Oops. Well, who needs a shield, right? Do I need to reflect it? Oh my goodness, this guy. You know, I'm half tempted to leave the room. Do I do it? Do I just struggle without a shield? I think this one's just super awkward. There we go. But yeah, super hard to pull that off. You gotta throw it just the right place. It's sort of weird, because they, like, wiggle back and forth and stuff. It's just annoying. Anyways, after you've killed all three of them, this will open up the other door. And you can also get this chest, which contains the compass. You know, I hadn't considered... You know, losing my Deku Shield actually kind of messes up my rupee gathering a little bit, right? So I guess that puts a little hindrance in my plan. This next puzzle is totally optional, so you don't have to complete it. By lighting all these torches that are suspended in midair, what it will do is it allows you to unlock this door straight ahead, which leads to a gold skulltula and a Deku Shield. Now both of those things are totally optional, so you don't have to complete them, so you can just ignore this puzzle entirely if you like. I'm going to show how to complete it though. So you grab these 3 blocks and then place them underneath these torches. So when you're done, it should look something like this. Now, something to watch out for, though, you can set it up so that the blocks are the correct distance, so you can just jump the whole way and you're fine. However, you might end up having it happen where you position them in such a way where when you jump, you actually overshoot it and jump over the blocks like that, and that can mess you up. Now, a way you can compensate for that, you can either move the blocks around more until it's positioned well where that doesn't happen, but otherwise something else you can do is you jump and then pull back on the analog stick to reduce the distance that you jump, or it slows down your forward momentum while you're in midair. So, by pulling back on the analog stick after you've already jumped, so you run at the ledge, then pull back in midair, you can prevent yourself from continuing to move forward, and as a result you can land on top of these blocks. So the distance of the blocks doesn't really matter that much. You can make it easier for yourself if you want to, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just pull back on the analog stick in midair like that, and you're totally fine. So once you've successfully lit all of the torches, this will open up that optional door, which leads to the room with the gold skulltula and the Deku Shield. By the way, in case you didn't know, a lot of times there's a lot of little chests in Ocarina of Time that have 5 rupees in it, and it feels worthless. Like, why are there all these chests? The reason is actually because they usually contain other items that you are full on, such as shields. So there's actually a lot of chests that will replace your shields. However, you might not realize those are actually shield chests because you always have a shield, and thus you're just getting rupees. Oh yes, how long can I go without burning this one? So only the crate on... one of the crates on the left has the gold skulltula, the other ones don't have anything exciting. Well, I should be using Deku nuts more, right? Anyway, all we had to do in this room is actually just go over here and pull out this block so we can reach this ladder. Now, I think this puzzle is probably one of the hardest in this entire dungeon. It's a little bit tricky to figure out the first time, but it's also pretty difficult to execute. So how it works is you need to light a Deku stick on this torch and then jump over to this ledge and bring it over here. When you light a regular torch like this, that's not like a golden candelabra one, it's like one of these stick ones, then these guys only have a fire for a limited amount of time. What you want to do is light the torch and then quickly swap to your sword and then jump attack the gold skulltula, or not regular skulltula, big one. Big skulltula. And then you can light the other torch before this one goes out, and then once you successfully light this one, now they will both stay lit, which is great. All we need to do in this room is just move this block over to the other side. And just murder our way through this hallway. Alright, so once you've killed all the enemies, what you want to do is use a lit Deku stick to make this bomb flower fall down. I don't remember, was there a gossip stone or something like that that talked about how to do this back in Ocarina of Time? Because I don't remember that ever being a thing, but... Or like, I know you could do like some optional secrets in it, but I don't remember it being required, and yet in Master Quest they make you do it all the time. need more Deku sticks. Speaking of which. Wait, does it continue to do 4 damage after you've broken it like this? I actually don't know. Let's find out, see if I kill them really fast. Or does it only do 2 damage after it's broken? Is it the length of the stick that matters, or the quality of the stick? That could get out of control. Please don't comment on that. Okay, I think it still does extra damage, because that guy died really fast. That's a pretty cool strategy. I don't know, it worked out for me. Okay. So anyways, this whole wall of boulders is really a pain to blow up. You need bombs to do it. We don't actually have that option yet. But across there on that little platform, there is a gold skulltulet. I'll come back and show how to do that later. Okay, let's do it again. Just... Oh, whoa, hey, I didn't know that. You can't break jars with a stick? Will it break a full one? Yeah, okay. Weird. Actually, that's kind of weird. See, it just removed it entirely. And then I just didn't have a stick at that point, as opposed to it breaking into half a stick. Kind of weird. Okay. Discover things new every day. In this room, what you want to do is you can... Well, a couple things. First of all, there's a guy over here in the corner. Kill him just so that you don't have to worry about him when you're climbing back up. There is a keys in this corner, and what you can do is you can either land on top of this wooden crate. So again, I'm going to pull back on the analog stick in midair so that then I'll just fall down anyway. Anyways, you saw I angled my jump so that I didn't hit the fire, is what I was doing. Now, if you stand in just the right position, you can shoot the keys that's inside this alcove, just barely, right in between the wall and the bomb flower, so you can shoot it from here. So that's one way to do that. Otherwise, what they're thinking you're going to do is something like this. You can either go down here and hit this crystal switch with your sword, and then run over here. You have more than enough duration to do that. Otherwise, you can shoot it to give you even more time. But from here, you can stand over here, aim to the side, tap the button, shoot him, jump across. And that keys often drops a whole bunch of hearts, too, which is kind of nice. Anyways, grab the bomb flower, use it to blow up this boulder. Here's what I was talking about before. So, you can... Can I light it with, or activate it with a Deku nut? No. Fine. I like never use this feature. You can strafe with it. Oh my goodness. Just make me walk forward. Okay, whatever. Fine. I'll do it this way. The alternative method I was talking about. So each one of these will put out one of the flames. I believe you have more than enough duration if you do it this way. So there I angled my jump with the analog stick to scooch back over to the right so I didn't fall down again. That's why I was making noise. Now up ahead there is a chest just to our right that has 5 rupees. Again, I think this is one of those chests that has a Deku shield if you don't currently have a shield in your possession. Or yeah, so I already have a shield, I just haven't equipped it because I'm feeling lazy. But otherwise that would be a shield, I believe. By the way, when you hop down from that, make sure you don't accidentally land on the lower platforms, otherwise you will lose a lot of progress and you'll have to go back over that way and climb back and go all the way around again. So go out through here. So this leads to a bomb flower. What you want to do is just like pick it up, and set it back down again in the same spot. This will then blow up all these boulders, which then gives us a shortcut back to the main room, right next to the elevator. By the way, now would be an excellent time to save, so that if you do, you'll pop up back at the entrance of the dungeon right there. But anyways, now we have access to the elevator right here. Yay! But all we have to do is grab this bomb flower, now that we have access to this on this far side, and you can hop down and then blow up this wall, or this wall to the right, which reveals another room. Yay! In this room we have 2 platforms up ahead. They both make noise. Just this style of platform makes noise, I guess. This left one makes noise, but doesn't actually do anything, and I think the reason for that is just they're just using this style, which I think is weird. I don't know. The other ones always move when you step on them, so we want to use this to reach this upper platform, and you can use this bomb flower to go directly to either the wall or to this chain of bomb flowers up ahead, which is our goal. However, I think it's safer to just go ahead and blow up this boulder. Oh, or I could fail. Anyways, I guess that gives me the opportunity of showing this, though. That's also why I recommend doing the boulder first. I was just trying to move over and show the other thing first anyways. So you step off the platform, or get onto the platform, step off it, and then get back on it again to activate it again. Get the bomb flower, make sure you blow up the boulder first because it just gives you more wiggle room in case you miss, so you don't have to keep climbing up on top of that other platform over and over again. This reveals a bomb flower, which we can then use. This side room leads to a business scrub that sells deco shields. Not really super worth it, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. We have so many of them in this dungeon. It's like, whatever. Also, as I was explaining, there's a lot of small chests that have the deco shield in it anyway. Yay, close enough. So this chain blows up a boulder, which reveals an ice switch, which opens the door. Yay! Watch out for the fire keys, as well as this shadow, which is actually a big Skulltula. Don't have to kill this guy. Oh, man. Like, just the right distance where I both get hurt and also kill it. It's rough. Anyway, you can open up the side room if you want to. It just reveals a business scrub. Something fun you can do with Lizalfos is you can shoot them as well with a slingshot. However, something to know about that is it will cause them to alternate. They'll immediately swap out if you do that, and it doesn't do very much damage anyway. So this guy's going to swap out, and just to show, so now he's invulnerable. Now the other one will become vulnerable. He spins around. Wait for a second. Shoot. There we go. So now he's immediately going to switch out for the other guy, is the problem with that. However, if you only have one Lizalfos left, you can just snipe him from here. So I'm going to kill this one. This is the first one again. So he's pretty hurt. Boom. Deco nuts for the win. Okay, so now I'm going to shoot this guy. Try and kill him this way. See if I can pull it off. He spins. Wait for a split second. Shoot him. Oh. No. No. We're so close. Anyway, I kind of like doing it because it's tricky to pull off, actually, but if you can time it right, you can just shoot that guy. He's like, and it makes me feel happy. You gotta get the timing just right. He spins, there's a split second, and then you can do it. Okay, in this room, to the north, there is a room. In fact, this room to the north has a gold Skulltula token, but it requires the boomerang, so I'm not going to bother with it right now. To open that room, you go over here. Because I don't have the boomerang, though, I'm not going to enter that room. I'll show how to get all those gold Skulltula tokens later. What this does is it blows up a chain of bomb flowers, which will hit a switch, I believe, that is underneath that stone thing. That gravestone, I guess, it's on the wall. And that will open up that door. We don't care about that, though, right now. I'll show all those gold Skulltula tokens later. This room has 3 Poes, I believe. There's one there, one back there, and one over here. I think there's actually one more in the wall, too. Anyways, it's annoying. So you don't have to fight them, though. I would just ignore them. Pick up this bomb flower. Don't throw it. It's just right here, right next to this platform. So just walk over here, set it down. You have way more than enough time. I don't know why. I think with the Poes, too, it makes you panic and you feel like you don't have a lot of time and you need to throw the bomb flower so you don't get hurt. But just try not to panic, and don't even bother killing the Poes. They're so not worth your time. Anyways, just place the bomb flower down there, blow up this chain. It will blow up a switch that is underneath this gravestone. Now, my experience in this room has been that I feel like it's kind of faulty, or like sometimes it backfires or doesn't work right. Anyway, when I blow up that chain, it seems like it only works like half the time or a third of the time has been my experience when I play this game. This time it actually worked just fine. But anyways, I've blown this up before, and the door doesn't activate, and then I'm confused, because I'm like, I swear that's what I'm supposed to do, right? Anyway, so if it doesn't work for you, just know you're not alone. Do it repeatedly, and it will work just fine. I know it's kind of weird advice, but anyway. Go out through the next door once it's opened, and then open this chest to get the bombs. Now at this point, there is a gold Skulltula token you can get that, I'm going to save all the, like gold Skulltula tokens that we can't get until we have future items. I'm going to do that later. So this one, I'm going to explain it real quick, though. You go up this elevator, which we need to do anyways for our primary objective, so I'm going to hop up here. Now, this will lead us backwards in the dungeon. So you go through this doorway straight ahead once we rise up, and then go through there 2 rooms, and then that'll bring you back to the upper Lizalfos room. And there is some boulders on the side where you can blow them up with bombs. You gotta hold them until they're blinked several times, then throw them and blow them up in midair, and then blow up the boulders, and then go across the platform to reach a gold Skulltula token. Anyways, it's not that hard, but I don't really want to mess with it right now just because I don't want to waste time. I'll show how to get all these optional gold Skulltula tokens at a later time. Probably after I do the well, I'll just like come through. We'll have like Lens of Truth and everything at that point anyways. You need the Lens of Truth for some of the ones in Jabu Jabu, which is really irritating. Anyway, just like regular Ocarina of Time, go up top using the elevator, and then go ahead and bomb both of the eyes. Now you can do it from up above and then like put it down through those holes. I think that's what they're intending you to do. I almost think it's easier to just top down. So whatever you want to do. This would, by the way, this would be a great time to save. There's nothing exciting in this room. Just weave past the baby Dodongos and head over to this platform on the left. Again, maneuver past these baby Dodongos. And we have a Lizalfos battle. Oh, by the way, fire. I forgot. In the lower Lizalfos room, there's a wall of lava, and you can walk right up to it and it doesn't hurt you. I just think it's kind of funny that you can even do that. It just, like, you know, breaks the immersion for me. You're, like, hugging lava, it doesn't do anything, it just acts like a regular wall. I just think it's kind of amusing. But anyway, in this room all you have to do is just, you can stand on the grave, I don't think you even have to, but we just need to smack the switch. I think maybe you can just barely see the tippy top of this switch when you're on top of that grave, so you could just shoot it directly as well. I don't think that Deku's nuts work either, but the fire does not cause the bomb to prematurely explode, so you can totally stand on the ground and throw it as well. By the way, I believe all these graves, if memory serves me correctly, will also make Pose appear, and you have to defeat them, but they're a complete waste of time. You don't have to do any of that stuff. All we need to do here is ideally use a bomb, but throw a bomb at these Armos, and it will destroy one of them, but anyways, all the other ones will chase after you, and then they'll all blow up. Now, they will drop bombs when defeated, and this also will cause, they also explode, which causes these bomb flowers to blow up, which then activates a chain of bomb flowers, which then hits a crystal switch on the side, which creates these stairs so we can get across and access the next area. Now, just so you know, there's this room to the north. This leads to a chest containing bombs. However, the Armos, when defeated, will drop bombs as well, so I think that room is totally pointless, and you should not go into it. Just a huge waste of time. Step on top of these, like, icy stairs, whatever, jump over to this platform. I know it looks too tall, you can totally reach it, though, and then go kill this gold sculpture. Oh, I guess actually a clarification about that. So you can't stand on top of these icy platforms and climb. Like, this is too tall for you to climb, but you can jump to it, which is a little bit misleading. So if you do this, it doesn't work, but you can jump to it. Which I know is weird, so you might think that there must be some other way, but it's totally the way you do it. It's weird. Okay, next. Do this. So one of these jars has a fairy in it. I'd recommend you grab that, especially if you don't have very many hearts, which are as unlikely you have a ton of them because you'd have to do some serious piece of heart farming to have more than enough for this to make sense. Otherwise, I used most of my milk already. Or, like what I was trying to explain is that if you have multiple charges of milk, it may make more sense to keep milk as opposed to having fairy, but still, I almost feel like fairies are more worthwhile in Master Quest because they heal you from death, and because enemies do double damage, it's not uncommon for you to have enemies that will do like 4 damage and stuff, especially Stalfos later are pretty rough. I think actually, is it 4 damage, or maybe they do 8 damage if they do their jump attack. It's just awful. It hurts so bad. Should have used my bombs first. Oh well. Anyways, King Dodongo fight, nothing really to say about it. Ideally, use a bomb first and then open the chest to get the bombs. I find this battle a little bit sad because it's just a little bit awkward trying to get close to the lava to move past him, but other than that, like, it's seriously like one of the easiest bosses in the entire series. Try to use jump attacks, ideally. I think it's 3 jump attacks to kill it. Because it has 6 health, I believe. So you can either do 2 regular jump attacks, or you can do 2 jump attacks with a... whatever. Oh, no! With a Deku Stick. I'm kind of low on Deku Sticks. I almost... Okay, he doesn't turn around. Okay, that's what I was worried about. I almost have been debating about going back. One of those first rooms in this dungeon has some withered Dekubabas, and I could get some Deku Sticks there. I was almost debating about it. I was like toying with the idea as I was entering the giant Dodongo skull in the entrance. Kind of like when there's times when I could use Deku Sticks to do more damage, I'd almost like to use a bunch of them. Like those Lizalfos fights. If I could use 8 sticks for that. Oh, oops. Oh, I was too close when I pulled my sword out. Anyway, yeah. So Also, having a bunch of sticks is kind of nice. With all that being said. Oh, he doesn't do that. Oh, never mind. His animation in regular Ocarina of Time is different. He does this little, like, twitchy thing where he sticks his hands straight up, or paws? Whatever. Paws? Feet. I don't know. Who's a good dog? Grab the heart, yay! Ever since I played Breath of the Wild, every time I see Gorons, like, using language like brothers and, like, being all muscly like this, whatever, I always just think of them being like the Breath of the Wild Gorons, where they're just, like, so intense! Like, you can't see my muscles on the webcam there. That image of them just trembling. Oh yes, with 2 of these spiritual stones now completed, we are one step closer to saving the day. Or ruining it, depending on how much you know about this game. So that'll conclude Dodongo's Cavern. As always, huge thanks goes to all of my Patreon supporters for helping to make this possible. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to throw a like on it, subscribe, and then leave some comments for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching. You have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.